like to welcome you to Corporal J. Landon Severe Field at Mount Audiano Park, here on the campus of Cedar Park High School. Visiting us for the first time, restrooms are located.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to J. Severe Field, Mount Audiano Park.
That's where you came in.
Campus of Cedar Park High School. Brad Cohn here along with J.C. DeLeon.
Next to our first
up in the Vype studios, monitoring our progress tonight. Les Clary. Cedar Park hosts the Glen Grizzlies in a critical series, home and home. Good Friday this week, so it's Tuesday, Thursday instead of Tuesday, Friday. Tonight here in Cedar Park, in 48 hours, we'll be at Glen to finish the home and home, and both teams need to win both games to keep their playoff hopes alive. If either team does that, they're in pretty good shape to take, at worst, fourth place and the final playoff slot. If they split, it's all to the win. It's anybody's chance. Sponsors of Cedar Park baseball this year. We have no commercials for any of them. However, here they are.
So we ask the visiting team line up on the third base line as your name is called.
Jacob Stone Products Incorporated, Oak Haven Massage Therapy, D-Bat of Cedar Park, A Crate Escape,
Chase Roberts,
Luxury Pet Resort, Army Ant Moving, a longtime sponsor of Cedar Park baseball and football, Hit Forth, Pinch a Penny Pool Patio and Spa, Emergency Animal Hospital of Crystal Falls, Prestige Animal Wellness, and Unforgettable Vacations from UPAC We Plan. Those are our official sponsors this year. We take a look at the standings.
Number 13, Rafa Gamboa.
Liberty Hill's 9-1 in first. Rouse right behind them at 8-2. They split their series. Those two have got first and second pretty much sewn up.
Number 6, Anthony Rodriguez.
Hayes is 6-4, 2 games back of Rouse in third. Us and Glenn are right at game behind them at 5-5, tied for fourth in the final spot. There you can see how important this series is. If one of these teams could win both games, they are in pretty good shape. If they split, they'll be 6-6 going into the last weekend. Tough road to hoe for both of them, too. Lehman is at 4-6, Leander 2-8, Lockhart 1-9. They're all out of the playoff money. So there's only 5 teams with a good, decent shot at it.
And now for your Cedar
this
Park
week,
Wolves.
Rouse and Lehman are playing. Probably 2 wins for Rouse. Hayes and Liberty Hill are playing. Now, Hayes is a decent team. Liberty Hill's better, but we'll see what happens there. Lockhart and Leander. Leander better than Lockhart. They should get a couple of wins. Next week, Glenn is at Hayes. Lockhart's up against Rouse.
Playing second base, number 24.
And Cedar Park, Lehman is against Leander. And Cedar Park is playing Liberty Hill, best team in the district, so that'll be tough. Here are the lineups. First for Glenn, the visitors. They'll lead off with shortstop Chase Roberts. Batting second, playing third, Braylon Deloach. Batting third, DH Aaron Wagner. Batting fourth, the catcher Joe Brennan. Batting fifth, second baseman Rafa Gamboa. Batting sixth, right fielder Dom Tanyag. Batting seventh, center fielder Anthony Rodriguez. Batting eighth, first baseman Nathan Anaya. Batting ninth, the pitcher Blake Rickmers. So for Glenn, you scorecard keepers: Roberts, Deloach, Wagner, Brennan, Gamboa, Tanyag, Rodriguez, Anya, Rickmer. The play announcers introduced the Cedar Park team. You saw them taking the field here. So I'm going to step inside and let them do the national anthem. Then I'll give you my version of the Cedar Park lineup. Here we go with the anthem.
Tonight's national anthem will be formed by Miss Amy Harvey.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
All right, Amy Harvey with the national anthem here. We're about to get underway. I'll give you the Cedar Park lineup in the bottom of the innings. They'll lead off with center fielder Bryce Schneider. Batting second, playing short, Cooper Camacho. Mansfield out tonight. Batting third, second baseman Hudson Cuevas. On the mound and batting fourth, Kyle McClure. Batting fifth, first baseman Damian Alonso. Batting sixth, the DH Joe Garcia. Batting seventh in right field, Kyan Kotharia. And batting eighth in left field, Tanner Richardson. Batting ninth, the catcher Brandon Washburn. So that's for Cedar Park. Schneider, Camacho, Cuevas, McClure, Alonso, Garcia, Kotharia, Richardson, and Washburn. Cedar Park comes into the game 8-14 overall, 5-5 in district. Glen 7-12, 5-5 in district. Cedar Park leads the all-time series 9 games to 1. Only once lost to them. We actually had a 7-run lead in the fourth inning of that game at Glen 3 years ago, and somehow lost that lead and lost the game. Only time Grizzlies have beaten Cedar Park in baseball. You're watching Kyle McClure warming up. He's on the mound tonight. We'll look at his pitching numbers this year. 33 innings. Been in 8 games, all of them starts. Faced 171 batters. Thrown 603 pitches. He's given up 35 hits, 31 runs, 20 of them earned, 25 walks, 33 strikeouts, and 14 strikeouts looking. He's hit 6 guys, an ERA of 3.24. Stranded 38 guys on base, balked 3 times, had a pickoff. Given up 9 stolen bases. Only had 4 wild pitches. Batting average against him, .263 this year. Pretty decent for a high school ball player. It's a throw down by Washburn. We're about ready to go. 7:02, about 2 minutes late here. JC and I are munching on our wonderful grilled cheeseburgers. Remember, we love to have you watch it with us, but if you're in town, come on down and have those cheeseburgers. They're the best in town. And the hot dogs and sausages they put on that grill, too. Oh, my goodness. One of these days, I'll have to try one of those, but I just like these cheeseburgers so much. So here we go with shortstop Chase Roberts for the Grizz. First pitch from Kyle on the ground. Third baseman cuts it off, spins 180, throws it. That was Griffin Giltrap to Damian Alonso. Griffin's being DH'd for by Garcia type, but playing third. Makes his presence felt right away with a 5-3 putout. 1 down, nobody on. Second hitter, third baseman Braylon DeLoach. Of course, Washburn behind the plate catching for McClure. Infield defense, third to first behind him, Giltrap, who just made the play. Cooper Camacho at short, Hudson Cuevas at second, Damian Alonso at first. Pitches a fastball inside 1-0 to DeLoach. Outfield left to right behind the Cedar Park infield, Tanner Richardson, Bryce Schneider, and Kyan Kotharia. That one outside, 2-0. Their DH Aaron Wagner is on deck. Hopefully that's all we'll see here. 1 out, nobody on. Just underway. There's a good pitch. Fastball catches the outside edge, 2-1. Something you might notice, the little Timberwolf award-winning football helmet logo has got a big foot-long version of it about every second fence post on the fence down in front of us. That's new just in these last few weeks. Adding to the ambiance here at J. Sevier Field. 3-1. High bouncer, third base. Grill tap brings him up, and he pulled him off the bag. It's too tall. Alonso came down with a catch and tried to slap it. Well, it did slap a tag on DeLoach, but he was already there. So that's unfortunately going to have to be an error on the throw for third baseman. So 1 out, runner at first, Braylon DeLoach. Third hitter, the DH, Aaron Wagner. Oh, looky there. Picked him off. I looked down and missed it. So he's going to go back to the base, and they're going to talk about it. Coach will plead his case. Mason Harlow is the guy that Wagner is DHing for. He plays left field for them. In center, Anthony Rodriguez. In right, Dom Tanyag. Joe Brennan's a catcher for Blake Rickmers on the mound. Defense behind him in infield, Braylon Deloach, Chase Roberts, Rafa Gamboa, Nathan Anaya. And they talked about it, and he was out. So pickoff. 1-3. 2 down, nobody on. First pitch to Wagner coming. Curveball, swing and a miss. That was a nice pitch. 0-1 to Aaron Wagner. Ooh, another good one. Same pitch. Didn't offer it that one, Wagner. Got it called anyway, 0-2. Strike away for Kyle McClure to get out of this inning. Setting up outside, Washburn. Down the middle. Up. Over our heads. Over the press box's head. Still 0-2 to Wagner. Here's the pitch. Close. They're asking for it. Yeah, got him. Strikeout to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, nobody left aboard with a pickoff play. 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. We'll be right back after this.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, back to the ballpark here. No scores. We go to the bottom of the first. 3 up, 3 down the hard way. There's an error, a throwing error in the infield, allowed a runner, but he was promptly picked off at first base. Cedar Park will come up now. They'll try to crack the goose egg. Leading off with center fielder Bryce Schneider. Batting second, it's short, Cooper Camacho tonight. Batting third, second baseman Hudson Cuevas. Again, they're throwing Blake Rickmers, on whom we have no statistical numbers, throwing to Joe Brennan behind the plate. Defense from third to first. Behind him, Braylon Deloach, Chase Roberts at short, Rafa Gamboa, Nathan Anaya at first. Outfield defense behind them, left field to right field, Mason Harlow, who's being DH for tonight. Anthony Rodriguez in center, Dom Tanyag. I'm assuming that's how you say it, Tanyag. Dom Tanyag in right. It was parents' night tonight, and just before we went on the air, all the players and a mom or a dad or both up in the stands. Players brought them flowers. Looked like maybe a single white rose is what it was.
Now batting, number 3, Bryce.
This is the next to last home game unless we get a home playoff series. Last regular season home game is next week against Liberty Hill here. Last regular season and district series of the year. So here's Bryce Schneider. Comes into the game hitting .317 and on base at .442, one of our best hitters. Pitch is called a strike. Lights already on, kind of cloudy tonight. There's a better pitch. I thought the other one was high and out. That probably should have been a strike. The other shouldn't have been, so we're at 1-1, and that's where we should be. Give you the weather report here in a minute. I forgot to do that in the pregame. That one's low, 2-1. It's partly sunny, 78 degrees. It'll fall to 71 by game's end. 5% chance of rain as matter backs out. 32% humidity. It feels really good out here. Wind is unusual. It's from the east at 7. That means it's kind of blowing out to right center. It never does that. I cannot remember a time when the wind was blowing to right center at this park. Sunset will be at 7:59 tonight. 3-1 the count now to Bryce Schneider, and that's inside and low, so he becomes an 88%er. Leadoff walk of an inning. Here comes shortstop Cooper Camacho to the plate. They've been hitting on a streak earlier. It's kind of cooled off lately, but he's still hitting a 259 clip. On base at 365, better than 1 out of every 3 times. One of our few left-handed hitters. First pitch, fastball, stays low, maybe away as well. 1-0 to Coop. Hudson Cuevas on deck, Kyle McClure in the hole for the Timberwolves. Some noise from the Cedar Park dugout on the first base side here. That one started to catch the outside edge and swerved outside. 2-0 to Cooper Camacho. Tuesday night game, there's another throw over to first, this one by them. Nothing doing. Schneider back in easily. Way out with that fastball, 3-0 to Camacho. The usual fairly sparse Tuesday night crowd on both sides. Friday night crowds almost fill the stadium, but Tuesday night, I guess, people are working the next day, going to school the next day. So 2 walks to lead off the game from Blake Rickmers. That pushes Schneider to second. Camacho's on board at first. He's thrown 9 pitches, and 8 of them have been balls. No visit from the coach, though. Here's Hudson Cuevas, our best hitter, one of the best hitters in the district, comes in hitting .448. Well, wait a minute. That was Camacho. They have made some sort of change in the lineup that I didn't. Oh, excuse me. They called it a strike instead of ball 4. Okay, so there's Camacho finally going to first, and here comes Cuevas. Comes in hitting .448, on base at .541. He's going to talk to Ben Huffman up the third base line. While he does that, I'm going to steal a bite of my cheeseburger. Coach is going to leave him in. Awfully early, third batter of the game to go to your bullpen. So he says, tough it out. Find the strike zone. In steps Cuevas, playing second again tonight. And he kicks Schneider back into second base. Camacho's at first, no outs here in the bottom of the first. 0-0 game. One of the best hitters in the district at the plate. But he pops it up. Does he get out? Yeah, foul ball. It's going to go over our heads to the right. Well, not quite over our heads. Landed in the stands. Had a 30-foot chain link fence here for years, and about 4 or 5 years ago put up a 50-foot nylon fence. A lot easier to see through. Stops a lot more balls, too. Again, kicks Schneider back to second. If we still had our old field, Schneider would have a very dirty uniform right now. There's a drive over second base into the gap. Schneider had to wait for a second. He's being waved around third and will score. And so is Camacho. 1-0, 2-0. 2 RBI triple for the best hitter in the district, Hudson Cuevas. Schneider scoring easily from second. Camacho all the way from first. Does the 90-yard dash with 2 left turns, and so does Cuevas. Just a different starting and ending point. Here's the pitcher, Kyle McClure, into the game hitting .154 on base at .236. but very powerful hitter. When he gets hold of them, they'll go.
Now batting number 5, Kyle McClure.
Foul ball behind the plate. 0-1 to Kyle. First baseman Damian Alonso is on deck, and in the hole is the DH Joe Garcia. Ooh, there's a nice pitch. Rickman, 8 of his first 9 pitches were balls. A little sense talking to him by his coach. Since then, all 4 pitches have been strikes. That one was a little outside. 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop can't get to it. Into center for another RBI as Cuevas scores from third. McClure with a single up the middle for an RBI, and it's 3-0.
Now batting number 14, Damian Alonso.
Here's Damian Alonso, still with no outs. Every batter to the plate has gotten to base. 2 by walks, 1 by triple, 1 by single. They're going to run for McClure, the pitcher. It's going to be Connor Norris. 2 guys whose dads are pilots on the team, Norris and McClure. McClure's dad flies for United Airlines. Norris' dad, retired Navy commander, flew the F-18 for about 15 years off of carriers. Here's Alonso. Low, it's going, the throw's down. It's going to be in time. It's got him. Kind of a late start at first, and they gunned him down. 1 down. Pitch was a ball, 1-0 to Alonso. Base is empty now, swing and a miss. 1-1. Connor Norris got a really late start. Catcher didn't get rid of it very quick, but because of that late start, he gunned him down anyway. Foul ball strike back behind the hitting area for Alonso, 1-2. Joe Garcia, the DH, is on deck, and then Cayenne Cotharia, right fielder, in the hole. Cedar Park keeps it going. Fastball stays low. 2-2 to Alonso. 1 out. Nobody on base here in the bottom of the first. 3 runs already in. Swung on, lifted, left side, very tall, foul territory. Shortstop chases it and makes the catch. Barely in foul territory. 2 down. Here's the DH, Joe Garcia, comes in hitting 188 on base at 364.
Garcia.
Chopper towards short. Comes on with it. Oh, the first baseman does not catch it. It was a backhand play, but it was very reachable. That's got to be an error on the first baseman, Nathan Anaya. Throw was fine from Chase Roberts. So an E3. Both teams have committed an infield error now. One on the throw, one on a glove.
17, Cayenne Cotharia.
Garcia's at first with 2 outs. 7-hitter, right fielder Cayenne Cotharia. Comes into the night hitting 286, on base at 444. Nicely blocked in the plate area by Joe Brennan, 1-0 to Cayenne Pepper Cotharia. Only other left-handed hitter in the lineup tonight. Besides Cooper Camacho. High and out with that fastball. 2-0. Tanner Richardson on deck. Brandon Washburn in the hole. If we get to Washburn, we will have batted around in the bottom of the first. There are 2 outs. Joe Garcia at first. Fastball outside. That's been called a strike many times this year. Glenn fans not liking that call. I don't blame him. That's been called a strike this year. There's the same pitch and he does call a strike. He must have heard him griping. 3-1. And they throw it away. Trying to go to first. So Garcia gets to second on the errant throw to first. That's a stat we track. 1 out of every 7 in high school ball in America is thrown away. That was just their second. And they threw it away. Still 3-1 to Cotharia. 2 outs, another runner in scoring position is Garcia. 5th runner to make it to scoring position tonight, and Cotharia takes one outside for ball 4. 3rd walk of the inning.
Now batting number 13.
So first and second for left fielder Tanner Richardson. Comes in batting .063 on base at .273 with a fistful of fantastic fielding plays out and left this year. Pitch outside, nicely blocked by Brennan. 1-0 to Tanner Richardson. Now Washburn on deck. He would be batting around if we get there. Pitch to Richardson. Low, hits the faux dirt. Again, nicely blocked by Joe Brennan to keep the runners from advancing. Garcia at second, Cotharia first. Long look at second. Chopped foul just to the right side of the plate. 2-1 to Richardson. Three nothing Timberwolves. That one low as well. Most of the pitches here to Tanner Richardson have been well low. It's 3-1 now. Called ball here, loads the bases with 2 outs. Chopper, backhand to the shortstop. He'll go to third, the nearest base, for the out that ends the inning. But Cedar Park sends 8 to the plate, and they score 3 runs on 3 walks, a pair of hits, one of them a triple, and an error. We'll be right back after this.
We'd like to thank one.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
The Bee Gees, You Should Be Dancing. That came out when I was a senior in high school. I hated disco. I was a rock and roll guy.
Now batting number 11, Joe Brennan.
So here's Joe Brennan, their catcher. They're at 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Went 1, 2, 3 the hard way in the top of the first. Now they're down by 3 runs in the top of the second. Hard ground ball. Third baseman gets a glove on it, but can't pick it up. He had to dive for it, and as he hit the ground with that glove, it popped out. It's an infield single for Joe Brennan.
Now batting number 13, Rafa Gamboa.
There goes the no-hitter for Kyle McClure. They'll run for him, the catcher. Second baseman Rafa Gamboa steps in. Another right-handed hitter. No outs, Brennan's runner at first. Long time to step in for Gamboa, but he's there now. Bunt off the mound is the pitcher. Kyle underhands it to first, and Alonso for the out, but the sacrifice works. Joe Brennan's runner is moved to second now, one down.
Now batting number 10, Dom Tanyag.
Dom Tanyag, 6-hole hitter, right fielder. Steps in with an out. Runner in scoring position. Joe, I keep saying it's Joe Brennan, but it's his runner at second. Left-handed hitter, Tanyag. The pitch. Fastball misses just outside. 1-0. On the ground, bouncer. Cuevas at second. Play is at first, and he makes it, throwing to Alonso to force out Tanyag at first on the 4-3 play. It does move Joe Brennan's runner to third.
Number 6, Anthony.
2 down,
Rodriguez.
though. 7-hole hitter, center fielder Anthony Rodriguez to the plate. Kyle McClure blows the first one by him, a fastball. 0-1. Aggressive hitting, their fourth batter of the inning, and that was only the fifth pitch by McClure. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Only threw 9 pitches in the first, 7 strikes and 2 balls. This will only be the 16th pitch of the game, and if it's a strike, he's through 2 innings. Nope, outside. There'll be a 17th pitch of the game here. Outside and low, 2-2 now.
Kyle. Go Wolves. We go 5.
Clapping is from the Cedar Park dugout. That pitch is high, so it went from 0-2 to a full count to Anthony Rodriguez.
1 pitch, 1 out.
He's now thrown 9 pitches in both innings. Pretty good pitch count. You get in the mid-teens to the upper teens, that's usually kind of the average. There's ball 4. So from 0-2 to a full count walk, he lost Rodriguez. With a second.
Now batting number 8.
Oh, no, the other's there. First walk of the game. Here's Nathan Anaya, the first baseman, batting in the 8th spot for Glenn. With 2 outs, runners at the corners. Down 3-0 to Cedar Park. Like the orange shoes. And dreamsicle orange. Called strike 1 to Anaya. Made note on football broadcast that Glenn's black and orange colors in football look a lot like the Chicago Bears. And they're Grizzlies, so maybe there's something to that. That one well outside, 1-1. McClure needing to bear down here.
Good balance, Kyle.
There's a fastball for a called strike 2. 1-2 now to Nathan Anaya. These last 2 hitters, Rodriguez and Anaya, kept the bat on their shoulders. This will be the 10th pitch to one of those 2. There's Not been a swing. There's one. Ground ball to the shortstop. Cooper Camacho goes to second for the force out. Inning is over. Glenn sends 5 to the plate. They get a single. They lose 2 aboard and through 1.5. They still trail 3-0. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome to Taco Palenque, where the magic happens at this very moment. And especially for you. We know fresh food simply tastes better. That's why we start cooking your meal at the exact moment you place your order. For us, your order is not just another number. It's as unique and special as you are. Enjoy your meal. Taco Palenque, food in real time.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Matt Ariano Park at J. Sevier Field. Brad Cohn here via the T, bringing you baseball action. Cedar Park's district race coming down the wire. Only 2 weeks left, 4 games counting this one. 2-game series this week, Tuesday and Thursday. Home and home with Glenn. Home and home next week, Tuesday and Friday, with the front runner Liberty Hill. Timberwolves to the plate now in the bottom of the second, leading 3-0. They're at 9-1-2 in the order. Here's the catcher, Brandon Washburn. Comes in hitting .282, on base at .391. Inside with a fastball, 1-0. In 2 innings of work, McClure with an economy of pitches, 9 in the first, 14 in the second, 23 total. 15 strikes, 8 balls. 2-to-1 strike-to-ball ratio that you like. That one's a strike 1 to Washburn, 1-1. Their man's already thrown 34 pitches, having faced about the same number of batters, but 1 less inning of work. That one misses 2-1. He is underwater on the strike-to-ball ratio, which you hardly ever see by anybody. 14 strikes, 18 balls. On the ground, shortstop will backhand it. Has time, makes a good solid throw. Closer than I thought it was going to be, because Brandon Washburn is probably the fastest running catcher in the district. But grounds out to Chase Roberts at short there. There's one down, back to the top of the order.
Number 3.
Center fielder Bryce Schneider. Bryce came into the game hitting .317, on base at .442. He's still there because he walked and scored first time up. There's a fastball for a called strike 1. First time through the order for Blake Rickmers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 of the 9 batters started out 0-1. This one on the ground at first baseman. He'll pick it up and trot to the bag, 2 down. They haven't quite batted around yet. They've sent 8 in 2 innings, and those 8 batters, McClure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 8 he started out 0-1. Here's Camacho. 2 outs, nobody on, into the night hitting .259, on base at .365. That one outside, 1-0. He also walked and scored the first time up. So Schneider was an 88%er, of course. That first inning, that one's outside, 2-0. Cuevas on deck. He had that 2 RBI triple to right center the first time up. Nice to get him on with somebody aboard again, not have to lead off next inning with nobody on. Called strike there, 2-1 to Coop. This one fouled into the net on the left side, 2-2. In the second inning here, 7:34 p.m. in Central Texas. Sun sets in 25 minutes at 7:59, but light's already having to help out here because of the cloudiness. Sun's behind the clouds in the west. That one misses, full count. Fouled left side. Still full count. Here comes pitch number 7 of the at-bat to Cooper Camacho. Did he save it? I guess they're saying he went. So Camacho down strikes, a 1-2-3 inning for Cedar Park in the second. They still lead 3-0. We'll be right back in a moment.
Introducing Kyle Foppe and broker Topher Rogers, your Move Smart Pros real estate team. Kyle and Topher are Cedar Park residents and local real estate experts. Move Smart helps neighbors get the most from the sale of their home through a smooth transition and help home buyers find their next home at the right price. More than just helping you buy or sell, they help you make smart real estate decisions to achieve your short and long-term goals. Look them up online at MoveSmartPros.com.
Pitch count now. Both pitchers have thrown 2 innings. Only 8 batters faced by Cedar Park's Kyle McClure. Their pitcher, Blake Rickmers, has faced 12. He's thrown 45 pitches. He's still underwater on the strike-to-ball ratio, 22-23. 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 2 hits, 3 runs. Numbers for McClure, just 23 pitches in 2 innings, 15 strikes, 8 balls, right at that, just below that 2-to-1 strike-to-ball ratio you're always looking for. Giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 1, no run. Top of the third now for Glenn, the last man to take his first at-bat of the game here is the 9-hitter, pitcher Blake Rickmers. Then we're back to the top of the order, Chase Roberts and Braylon Deloach.
Now batting number 2, Blake Rickmers.
First pitch from Kyle McClure here in the top of the third. Fastball, must have missed. 1-0. So 6 of 9, the first trip through the order. Started out 0-1 against Kyle McClure. Foul, right side into the net, 1-1. No softball game over there tonight to be launching foul balls onto. It's only happened twice this year, not the launching of foul balls on the softball field, but the fact that they've had a game going over there while we've had one here. Used to be every night. There's one over the second baseman's head into right. Second hit of the game. First for Blake Rickmers. Top of the order with no outs and 1 on. Rickmers at first. This is the shortstop, Chase Roberts. Grounded out.
Chase Roberts.
To Griffin Giltrap at third to lead off the game. And they will run for the pitcher, Rickmers. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. It's a good pitch that the umpire failed to call a strike on. 1-0. Shows bunt again. Pulls the bat back. Rings him up with a strike call there, though, 1-1. No outs. Rickmers' runner is at first. He got there with a single into right. They trail the Timberwolves 3-0. It's another throw over to first. Our second. The first one was successful. Pitch outside. 2-1. Chase Roberts. I'm going to take another bite of my Sea Burger.
Here we go, Kyle. Go Wolves.
Foul, plate area. 2-2.
Play short and hit it where it fits. Let's go. Have some fun.
Outside, full count. Well, Cedar Park friends off to our right. Don't have the best view of that like we got here. That was definitely outside, maybe low as well. They wanting a strike. On the ground between second and... Oh, Cuevas picks it up. Jumps up, spins, fires to Alonso. I was ready to call that a ground ball single into right, and Hudson Cuevas makes an all-star play. Did move Rickmer's runner to second.
Number 23,
Roberts is out on the 4-3. Cuevas is not just the district's best hitter. He might be their best middle infielder, too. Third baseman, Braylon DeLoach. And he's only a sophomore, people. 2 seasons ago, he was in junior high. And he's this good. DeLoach reached on an E5, a throwing error. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. 1 out. Rickmer's runner at second. Lifts it, out of play, into the net, rather, foul. Right side, 0-2. Strikeout here would be huge. Here's the pitch. Foul. Out of play over our heads to the right. Still 0-2. Now 7 of the 11 batters have started 0-1 against Kyle McClure. That one's outside, 1-2. Now Glenn, we're kind of having a season like Cedar Park. When they are on, they're a potent team. They had a win over Liberty Hill. This one in the air, chased by Alonso, foul. Can't get to it. Still 1-2. So they've got something that they can put together here and there and beat good teams. You were looking at that's Liberty Hill's only district loss. They're 9-1. That one was to Glenn. And that was just last week. Rouse at 8-2, a game behind him, split with Liberty Hill. Hayes at 6-4, alone in third at the moment. Cedar Park and Glenn, these two teams right here, are right now both 5-5 and tied for the fourth and final playoff slot. Important series for both teams. Both of them need to win both games. That one's high and in, 2-2. Ground ball foul, first base. If it was a foot to the left, Alonso would have fielded it with a foot on the bag for the out, but it was foul. Still 2-2, and this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Braylon DeLoach. What a pitch. Oh my God, the umpire slipped through it. Wow. The umpire slipped through strike 3. Wow. It's not like this guy is short. Definitely below the chest. Somebody to my right said, you don't get to blink when you're an umpire. This is the 9th pitch of the at-bat to DeLoach. And he walks him. Well, he struck him out a minute ago and didn't get credit for it.
Now batting, number 17.
Second
Aaron
walk issued by McClure. Runners the first and second, 1 out, 3-hitter, DH Aaron Wagner. Struck out swinging at an 0-2 pitch first time up. Could use that again. How about 2 hopper ground ball to Camacho at short. That would end the inning. Good pitch for a strike. Oh, 1 to Aaron Wagner. DHing tonight for their left fielder Mason Harlow. Remember him from last year. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1-1.
Good work, Kyle. Here we go.
Ooh, that one hit the umpire. 1-2.
Here you go, talk. Battling leg. Okay, you got this.
Ball replenishment. 1-2 the count to Aaron Wagner, Grizzlies DH. 0-for-1 on the night. Need him to go 0-for-2. There's only 1 out, runners at first and second. So the tying run is at the plate for the Grizz. Swing and a miss. Blew him away. 2 strikeouts on their 3-hitter, the DH, for Kyle McClure. So 2 down, out at any base now to end the inning. The catcher, Joe Brennan. Cleanup hitter, had an infield single off the glove, hard hit off the glove of a diving Griffin Giltrap at third last time up. But he was stranded at third when the inning ended. This one he fouls into the net, 0-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the last 6 batters have started 0-1 against Kyle McClure. Swing and a miss, 0-2. It's actually a pretty good-looking swing by that cleanup hitter, Brennan. If he gets a hold of one with that kind of swing, it could go for a ways. Wind blowing out to right center. One of the few times in history that's happened at this park. That one fastball stays outside and high, 1-2. Back through the middle. Steps on the bag while he fields it. Hudson Clavis makes the out that ends the inning. A 4U on the bag at second to end it. Fielder's choice for Brennan. So we're through 2.5. Still 3-0 Timberwolves. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome to the warm and inviting atmosphere of Toscano Italian Kitchen. Founded with a passion for creating innovative and exciting culinary experiences, Toscano Italian Kitchen pushes the boundaries of traditional Italian cuisine while embracing the unique flavors and ingredients of the Lone Star State. Whether you're joining us for a romantic date night, a family gathering, or a casual dinner with friends, our restaurant combines the rustic charm of Italy with Texas's renowned hospitality and friendliness. Toscano Italian Kitchen is a proud sponsor of Cedar Park High School Athletics. Located at Lakeline and Cypress Creek, we're open on game days with happy hour specials from 4 to 6 p.m. We also offer catering for groups of 10 to 1,000 and a private dining room for parties and gatherings. So whether you're a fan of traditional Italian dishes or eager to explore the creative combinations of our Italian with a Texas twist menu, we offer something for everyone. Come and experience the fusion of 2 culinary worlds in the inviting and welcoming atmosphere of Toscano Italian Kitchen.
All right, once more, I want to run through our list of sponsors this year since we don't really have any commercials for them. They are Jacob Stone Products Incorporated, Oak Haven Massage Therapy, U-Pack Replan Unforgettable Vacations, D-Bath of Cedar Park, A Crate Escape Luxury Pet Resort, Army Ant Moving, Prestige Animal Wellness Center, Emergency Animal Hospital at Crystal Falls, Hitforth, and Pinch a Penny Pool, Patio, and Spa. I get some pool stuff from them for my pool. Good prices, good stuff.
Now batting, number 24, Hudson Cuevas.
All right, Hudson Cuevas to the plate to lead off the third. We're at 3-4-5 in the order. Cuevas, McClure, Alonso. Cuevas came in hitting .448, on base at .541. Both of those up a little now because he had a 2 RBI triple the first time up, and he later scored. Inside on that one, 1-0. Through 3 innings, 49 pitches now for McClure. 31 strikes, 18 balls. There's a fastball, catches the outside edge, 1-1. And he threw more pitches in the third than he did in the first and second combined. 26 in the third. He'd only thrown 23 in the first and second. Line drive right into the glove of the third baseman. The play that I remember when I was young impressed all the girls. It looked horribly difficult, but it's about the easiest play in baseball. Deloach puts it in his glove. Well hit by Cuevas, who's unfortunately right at somebody. Here's Kyle McClure. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 base runners in 8 batters in the first, Cedar Park now has had 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row retired since then. McClure into the night hitting 154, on base at 236, had a single up the middle with an RBI first time up. There's a chopper to the backhand side of a running shortstop, had trouble digging it out of his glove, pulled him off the bag. The throw was a little short. First baseman pulled his foot off the bag. So that throw was short, but it was on target. I can't give an error on the throw. I'll give an error on the first baseman for lifting his foot. So it's an E3, allows McClure to stay at first.
14, Damian Alonso.
There's Damian Alonso hitting in a 5-hole. Into the night hitting 229, on base at 383. Fouled out to the shortstop behind third base. Last time up. Umpires are talking about this one. They're not changing anything. So McClure stays at first. Glenn fans are booing the umpire. It looked like he pulled his foot to me, too. He didn't step forward. It wasn't forward of the bag. What happened is his balls of his feet and toe were in the dirt in front of the bag, and the heel was up and on the corner of the bag. And when he had to go forward to scoop that one in the dirt, he pulled his heel off of the bag. His foot didn't come forward of the bag. The heel came up and off of it. There's Damian Alonso. Pitch is in the dirt, 1-0. And McClure becomes the first runner we have had since Cotharia walked in the 7 spot in the first. We are now in the 5 spot of the third. 1-0 to Alonso. Nice pitch, called strike one. Joe Garcia, the DH tonight, is on deck, followed by right fielder Kyan Cotharia. Went out McClure at first, or is that Connor Norris again? It might be running with him for Norris, or for him with Norris. Get my prepositions correct. Bunt, third base side, only play is first. The pitcher off the mound makes the play. Sacrifice bunt by Alonso, moves Norris to second.
Now batting number 2, Joe Garcia.
And here's Joe Garcia. The DH comes in hitting 188. On base at 364, reached on an error on the first baseman. First baseman now has 2 errors tonight. In the earlier case with Garcia, should have caught one that was backhand, a throw that he did have to go to backhand and catch. It was very catchable, should have caught it, hit his glove and dropped onto the ground. First pitch misses, 1-0 to Joe Garcia. There's a nice one. I guess that was a little too high. 2-0 now to Joe Garcia with Cayenne Pepper Cotharia on deck. Tanner Richardson in the hole. In scoring position at second is McClure's runner, Connor Norris. Garcia steps out for a swing. Think about this pitch. 2-0. A hitter's count. Called strike one. Here, Ben Huffman up at third, shouting some encouragement and instructions to Joe Garcia. This one, a tapper that actually hit the ground foul and then went out towards the mound, but it's going to be a foul ball. 2-2. Foul, actually missed, dropped in the plate area. Catcher goes to first to consummate the out. So Garcia will go down as a swinging strikeout. Second strikeout of the game for Blake Rickmers, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, one error, one man left aboard. Cedar Park still leads 3-0 after 3 complete. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome to Taco Palenque, where the magic happens at this very moment. And especially for you. We know fresh food simply tastes better. That's why we start cooking your meal at the exact moment you place your order. For us, your order is not just another number. It's as unique and special as you are. Enjoy your meal. Taco Palenque, food in real time.
Now, looking at the pitching trends, they're kind of, in a certain sense, going in opposite directions. In every subsequent inning, our pitcher, Kyle McClure, has thrown more pitches than the previous one. In 3 innings, he's thrown 9, 14, and 26. Back out there now for the top of the fourth. Their pitcher, Blake Rickmers, has thrown 32,
Now batting, number 13, Rafa
12.
Gamboa.
There's Rafa Gamboa for the Grizzlies, 5, 6, and 7 in the order here as we go to the top of the fourth. Gamboa last time up had a sacrifice bunt fielded by McClure, the pitcher, over to Alonso first, moved up a runner. Fastball catches the outside edge, 0-1 to Rafa Gamboa. Fourth batter in a row to start 0-1. 10 of 14 have started 0-1 against Kyle McClure. Swing and a miss. That was going to be inside. Thanks for the swing. 0-2. Well, guess where I'm going to be Saturday. The rain had better not stall this. I'm going to Dyess Air Force Base to go see the Thunderbirds. I'll tell Kyle about that. Fouled into the net. Still 0-2. Dyess at a big B1 base. They're going to have a B1 flying demos. They've got an F-35 there, F-15 flying. I believe I read they're going to have a MiG as well. This one's lifted foul. Behind the plate. Still 0-2. This will be the 5th pitch to Rafa Gamboa. Went to a show there in Big Sky Country about 4 years ago. It's called Wings Over West Texas, and it was outstanding. Put on a good show there. Good foods and concessions as well. Bring me a little soccer chair and park it under the shade of the wing of a B-52 and watch the Thunderbirds. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Kyle McClure, his third. One down, nobody on here in the top of the fourth. 6-hole hitter, right fielder Dom Tanyag, grounded out to Cuevas at second. First time up. Outside, 1-0. First batter in this second trip through the inning has not started out 0-1 against Kyle McClure. Excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Ooh, that one hit the ground about 3 or 4 feet in front of the plate. Came out of his hand funny, it looked like. 2-0 to Dom Tanyag. One out, bases empty here in the top of the fourth. On the ground, between second and first into right. A single and the third hit of the game for the Grizzlies.
Now batting number 6, Anthony Rodriguez.
They have now actually out-hit Cedar Park 3-2. Here's Anthony Rodriguez, 7-hole hitter, center fielder, walked and was picked off, or not picked off a second. He was forced out at second to end the second inning. Swing and a miss. Good one by Kyle. Got him fished on something that was tailing down and away. Started over the plate. Good pitch. 0-1 to Anthony Rodriguez. There's another good one right down the tube, 0-2. Outside, nicely blocked by Washburn, 1-2. Keeps Tanyag at first with one out. Saw Lowell Galindo here earlier, his parents' day, with his wife. Was hoping maybe he'd stay. I'd talk him into coming up here for an inning or so. This one's lifted to right. On and making the catch out there. Kyan Kotharia, 2 down. Tanyag retreats to first.
Now batting number 8, Nathan Anaya.
Nathan Anaya in the 8th spot. First baseman. Had a tough time in the field tonight. 2 errors, one with a glove, one with a foot. Robbed them of outs. And as I'm looking, let me see. None of them cost any runs, though. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Anaya, who, on a fielder's choice, an out was made elsewhere last time up that ended the inning in the second. Pitch was high, maybe outside, 1-1. Blake Rickmer's the pitcher, and a good hitter is due up next. He's got a single into right the first time up, but was stranded at second. Missed outside, 2-1. Sun is pretty much all the way down in the west. Yeah, set about 3 minutes ago. There's a good pitch. Strike 2. 2-2, and now McClure a strike away from getting out of this one with no damage done. Outside, full count. Kyle's pitched well tonight so far. He's scattered 3 hits in 4 innings. No runs. Struck out 3, walked only 2. Be nice, though, to get some more run support. Only a 3-0 lead. No, that's our problem with the Timberwolves this year. There goes the runner. And they walked him. So Tanyag goes to second. Anaya with the walk goes to first. Fourth walk of the game. Blake Rick moves to the plate, 1 for 1. That's single to right. All of the batted balls since the first batter of the second inning, and we're now on hopefully the last batter of the fourth inning, have been to the right side by the predominantly right-handed hitting Grizzlies. There's a strike on the outside edge, 1-1. Pitch to Rickmers. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Again now, Kyle McClure a strike away from getting out of the inning. And he gets it. Another strikeout, this one of his mound opponent, Blake Rickmers. That is his 4th strikeout of the game. We'll be right back after this.
Introducing Kyle Foppe and broker Topher Rogers, your Move Smart Pros real estate team. Kyle and Topher are Cedar Park residents and local real estate experts. Move Smart helps neighbors get the most from the sale of their home through a smooth transition and help home buyers find their next home at the right price. More than just helping you buy or sell, they help you make smart real estate decisions to achieve your short and long-term goals. Look them up online at MoveSmartPros.com.
Looking at the pitch count now for Kyle McClure. Thrown 22. Finally, the total went down this last inning in the fourth. And that puts him at 71 through 4 innings, 45 strikes, 26 balls, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, allowed 3 hits and no runs. A pretty good outing. We'll take it. We are a little over halfway through this game as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Cedar Park at 7, 8, 9 in the order. It'll be Cayenne Kotharia, Tanner Richardson, Brandon Washburn.
Now batting number 17, Cayenne Kotharia.
Kotharia into the night hitting .286, on base at .444, walked but was stranded at first the first time up. Swing and a miss. Healthy cut, just missed the ball. 0-1 to Cayenne Pepper. Outside of that fastball, 1-1. Haven't seen a lot of pitches with much motion or any tails on them from Blake Brickmer. He's primarily a fastball pitcher. It's another one that catches the outside edge, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he's got him. One down via strikeout, third strikeout of the game.
13, Tanner Richardson.
For Blake Rickmers. Here's Tanner Richardson, Timberwolves left fielder. Comes in hitting .063, on base at .273. Fielder's choice, where out was made elsewhere to end the inning first time up. So 0 for 1. Fouls this one into the net near the Cedar Park dugout, over the Cedar Park dugout. 0-1. Another bite of my booger. (0-2). Outside. Now it's the Glen fans who wanted an outside pitch called a strike. Inside and high. 2-2. I got one more bite of my burger left. Bottom of the fourth inning. That's one of the earliest finish times of burger this year. On the ground, Chopper, third base, grabs it, across the diamond to first. Another low throw. Didn't pull him off the bag this time. Nathan Anaya makes the play. There's 2 down.
Now batting number 7, Brandon Washburn.
Brandon Washburn, the catcher, comes in hitting .282, on base at .391. Grounded out to the shortstop, Chase Roberts, the first time up. Cedar Park now, since the end of the first inning, has only had 1 base runner, and that was on an error. Hitting has been the biggest issue out of pitching, defense, and hitting this year. And it is tonight. We're actually winning a game that we're being out-hit in. Bouncer to short. Easy play over there. Chase Roberts to Nathan Anaya, and another 1-2-3 inning. Timberwolves go down, although they still lead 3-0. We'll be back at the top of the 5th in just a moment.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic Sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Here's some sort of cover version of the Neil Diamond baseball song, Sweet Caroline. Well, this game is kind of getting to me to the worrisome stage where Cedar Park has not had any offensive success whatsoever since the first inning when they sent 8 and had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 base runners and 3 of them scored. They've had 1 base runner since, and that was on an error. But they lead 3-0 because Glenn is getting people aboard. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 base runners. None of them have scored. Third time through the order now here is the top of the 5th. Brings up the top of their order, shortstop Jace Roberts. 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out to third, grounded out to second. Inside corner, called strike 1. McClure from the windup. This one's taken into the net on the right side. Quickly 0-2. Scattered 3 hits, but we've only got 2. That misses 1-2. All 3 of their hits by 3 different individuals. Joe Brennan, catcher, at the 4 spot. Dom Tanyag, right fielder, at the 6 spot. Pitcher Blake at the 9 spot, and there's a fly out. Got to Tanner Richardson pretty quick, but he was there.
Now batting number 23, Braylon DeLoach.
Tanner's playing great in left field. Braylon DeLoach, third baseman, 2-hole hitter. Hitless in 2 trips, walked. Caught stealing. No, not caught stealing. Forced out by the second baseman, unassisted to end the third. On with an E5 and was stranded at first in the first. Oh, no, that's where he was picked off. Excuse me. So he's been out at the bases both times he's gotten on. First pitch missed, 1-0. Couldn't read my own handwriting there. There's a strike. Beautiful pitch, 1-1. Aaron Wagner on deck. 1 out, nobody on here. Top of the 5th. This taken high to center field. It's carrying. It's going off the wall. I thought the center fielder had a beat on it for a moment. Ended up being retrieved off the base of the wall by Cayenne Kotharia. Ends up being a triple for Braylon DeLoach. I was watching the wrong field.
Now batting number 17.
Looked like a lazy trot for a catch. But no. 4th hit surrendered. First one for extra bases. Here's the DH, Aaron Wagner. Struck out swinging the first time up. And the second time up, he struck out swinging. And coach is going to come out and talk to the infield defense and the pitching battery here with 1 out and a runner at third, which means the tying run is on deck in a game where we have had, no offensive business in, an hour since the end of the first inning. Here's Wagner. Remember, Cedar Park, we talked about having trouble stringing hits together like they're doing tonight. They're also having trouble with the wheels fly off type inning. Trying to figure out how to keep that from happening. They did that against Lockhart. They kept it from happening against Lockhart. They've often had multiple run leads and then lost by multiple runs because there's some inning where the 14 guys come to the plate and they score 8 runs on us or something. And there's a high, hard one towards the scoreboard. Richardson chasing it, makes the catch. Tagging at third and coming home to score is Braylon Delote. So an RBI sacrifice fly to left for Aaron Wagner makes it a 3-1 game. Last two balls hit very, very well. That starts to worry you a little bit.
Number 11, Joe Brennan.
Catcher Joe Brennan, cleanup hitter, with nobody on and 2 outs. Had an infield single to the left side and was stranded at third the first time up. Fielder's choice when an out somewhere else made the inning-ending out the second time up. 0-1. Timeout called as Brennan steps out. Kyle McClure taking too much time for his taste, I suppose. And to warn you all, the last game, those of you who are watching, might remember twice. There's a nice pitch, and he doesn't call the strike. 1-1. Twice, we lost all sound. The picture was still going. You could watch the game, but there's no sound from my mic, no sound from the crowd mic. Couldn't hear anything in the ballpark. And we unplugged the power cord of the sound mixer and back in, and it came back okay. That happened twice. So if you hear all the sound drop out, still watch the game because we're going to still be able to bring you the visuals. And in a matter of several seconds, we'll do that same thing and try to bring it back. 1-2 now to Brennan. Strike away from getting out of this with no more damage done, but that's outside. 2-2. 3-1 our score now. Cedar Park trying to avoid that wheels fly off inning. Chopper foul, third base side, still 2-2. Tying run is on deck with 2 outs. Cedar Park in a good spot to get some offense going. Oh, that's behind him. Another one that came out of Kyle's hand funny. Full count. Cedar Park's at the top of the order when they come up, and we need those bats to come alive right here and answer their offensive run here in the top of the 5th. This one's a line drive into right. And the hit parade continues. All 3 of the last 3 batters have hit the ball well. Time to get a little bit worried about pitching.
Now batting number 13, Rafa Gamboa.
5th hit by Glenn in the game to our 2, although we lead 3-1. They're running for Brennan again. Here's Rafa Gamboa, second baseman, hitting in the 5 spot. Sacrifice bunt the first time up, struck out swinging at an 0-2 pitch, second time up. We need something like that here. 1 run is in here. 5th batter here of the top of the 5th inning for, I almost said Rouse, for Glenn. The other Leander school that isn't called Leander. First pitcher called, strike 1. That's the 87th pitch of the game for McClure, who started really with an economy of pitches, but the total has climbed in the last 3 innings. 1-1 with that ball. Not much of a lead at first. This one is taken to right, should be caught. Kotharia coming in, makes the catch on the run, and the inning is over. 1 run is in. They strand a runner, get a couple of hits, a triple and a single. The lead has now been trimmed to 3-1. We'll be right back after this.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, back to the action now.
Now batting. Number
Cedar Park to the bottom of fifth, an important at-bat. Need to prop that lead back up. It's down to 3-1 now. They're in a good spot to do it. Top of the order with Bryce Schneider, Cooper Camacho, Hudson Cuevas, at least. Hopefully several more. Here's Schneider. Hitless in 2 trips, grounded out to first, and walked and scored. Came in hitting .317 on base at .442. First pitch misses, 1-0 to Bryce Schneider, who had an amazing night at the plate here not long ago. He had 3 triples. I've never seen that before. Well, that one looked like a strike. Yeah, he did call a strike. 1-1 to Schneider. High and in, 2-1. And yeah, this is their starting pitcher. Blake Rickmers still on the mound for his 5th inning of work. Kyle McClure has thrown 5. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Good pitch to swing at. Bryce kind of sunk a little during that swing. Missed the ball. Here's the 2-2. Inside. Full count. Need him to be an 88%er again. That deal got consummated as the first batter of the game for Cedar Park. Walked and scored. Oh, I'm not sure why they didn't call him out there. Okay, I'll take it.
Now batting.
Only the 5th walk issued by Blake Rickmers. Here's shortstop Cooper Camacho. Came in hitting .259 on base at .365, walked and scored, and struck out swinging at a full count pitch to end the second. Shows bunt, but misses. 0-1. Small ball would be okay with me. Just need to get that run back. Ball slightly thrown away, only goes 10 or 12 feet beyond first, though. Another fail to get there by Nathan Anaya at first. He should have caught that. It's their 3rd throw over. That one misses. 1-1. Cuevas on deck, McClure in the hole. No outs. Schneider, an 88%er at first. He goes. Pitches outside. Throw is down in time. Schneider slid a little bit too early. It slowed him down to allow the tag to be placed on him. A head first slide. So caught stealing on the 2-6 at second. 1 down, nobody on now. The pitch was outside. 2-1 to Camacho. Well, so much for getting something going with our 88%. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Had something going a pitch ago. Now we're a pitch away from having nobody on and 2 outs. And that's what happens. Grounded to the first baseman, Nathan Anaya. Didn't commit an error there. Fielded it cleanly and walked to the bag. Camacho down on the 3U, and there's 2 away. for Hudson Cuevas. And again, he comes up like he did last time with nobody on base. He has given the ball a ride twice. One was a 2 RBI triple to right center in the first. The other was a screaming meanie right at the glove of the third baseman, Braylon DeLoach. There's one that's a screaming meanie between third and short, and Cuevas continues his hit parade. Our first hit since the first inning.
Now batting, number 5, Kyle McClure.
Kyle McClure comes in. Only the third hit of the game for Cedar Park, and Hudson Cuevas has 67% of them.
Go, Kyle.
Here's McClure into the night hitting 154, on base at 236. Singled up the middle with an RBI shot in the first, on with an E3 stranded at second in the third. So he's been on base both times. Put the ball in play both times. This one in play at second, and they'll easily go to the shortstop covering the bag at 2 to end the inning on a 4-6 of Cuevas. Cedar Park does not get that run back. We'll be right back in a minute. Through 5 complete, still 3-1 Timberwolves.
Welcome to Taco Palenque, where the magic happens at this very moment. And especially for you. We know fresh food simply tastes better. That's why we start cooking your meal at the exact moment you place your order. For us, your order is not just another number. It's as unique and special as you are. Enjoy your meal. Taco Palenque, food in real time.
All right, look at the pitch counts now through 5 complete for both pitchers. For their man, Blake Riggins, 89 pitches, 43 strikes, 36 balls. That's not a good ratio, but he's fairly effective. 3 strikeouts, 5 walks, 3 hits, 3 runs. For Kyle McClure in 5 innings, also 89 pitches thrown. Better strike-to-ball ratio by quite a bit, 57 to 32. Getting close to the 2-to-1 ratio you like.
Now batting, number 10.
Giving up 5 hits, struck out 4, walked 3, giving up 1 run. That happened last inning. So we go to the top of the 6th. 6, 7, 8 due in the order for Glenn. Leading off, right fielder Dom Tanyag, a lefty. Low and inside, first pitch, 1-0. He grounded out to the second baseman Cuevas the first time up, then singled into right the second time up, so he's been pulling the ball. Cuevas has moved over to his left. This one goes to the left side, though, past the diving shortstop, Cooper Camacho, into left. There's the 6th hit of the game for Glenn.
Now batting, number 6, Anthony Rodriguez.
Anthony Rodriguez, 7-hitter, center fielder, walked and was forced out at second, and then flied out to Kotharia in right. No outs, Tanyag aboard at first, so the tying run is at the plate late in this game, top of the 6th. Shows bunt, bunts it foul to the right side, 0-1. First baseman Nathan Anaya due up next. He's hitless in 2 trips. Pitcher Blake Rickmers after that. He's got a hit in 2 trips. They need to get outs here in the bottom of the order before we get back to their better hitters. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. It's high and out, 1-1. Completely blackout now. Bunt. Foul.
Don't listen to that. Hit him well before he got out.
It hit him when he was in the left side batter's box. Umpire's going to talk about it to Coach Huffman. Glenn fans are chanting that it didn't hit him in the box. I mean, that it hit him in the box. No, he was definitely outside of the box. but it was a foul ball. That's why it doesn't matter that it hit him. If it's a fair ball and hit him like that, he's out. 1-2. Low and out, 2-2.
One pitch, one out, Kyle.
No outs, runner at first. The right fielder, Dom Tanyag, fouled, right side. Still 2-2. Lots of clapping from the Cedar Park dugout. To the mound, over to first. Kind of like a bunt. It was a full swing, though. So Rodriguez is down on the 1-3, McClure to Alonzo. Tanyag is pushed to second. There's an out. Here comes the 8-hole hitter. First baseman Nathan Anaya. Man, with a rough night playing first. He's been on base both times at the plate. And the first one didn't really count. He hit a fielder's choice ball that ended up as the out somewhere else at the end of the inning. And the other time he walked and was stranded at first. Outside, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 6 hits for, I almost called him Rouse again, for Glenn. Only 3 for Cedar Park, but a run per hit for them. Only 1 run in 6 hits for Glenn. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Be huge to strike him out here. Rickmer's the pitchers in the on-deck circle as the 9 hitter. Here's the pitch. Got him. 2 down. Strikeout number 5 of the game for Kyle McClure.
Batting number 2, Blake Rickmers.
I think it's 103, but I'll verify.
Looking at pitch counts.
Yeah, what do you got? What do you got, David? 103.
Yep, I got him at 103. I got him at 102. 103 is going to be right. There's more than one person keeping pitch counts. The higher number is always the right one, because that's, the mistake you're going to make is not hash marking down a pitch that never happened. It's going to be failing to mark one as you're busy doing something else that did happen. So it's always the higher number that's right. They've got him at 103. 104 is a called strike, but it was outside. Okay. Seems to be happening a lot more this year than in previous seasons. Foul into the net, 0-2. Strikeout here would be huge. Runner in scoring position, and the runner at the plate, pretty good one, Blake Rickman, as a pitcher, is the tying run. But there are 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Cedar Park needs to get the out and then go get some insurance in the bottom of the 6th. High. 1-2. Cedar Park needs 4 outs before they give up more than 1 more run. Really, both teams really need to win both games. And there's a swinging strikeout to end the inning. He struck out the last 2 batters that were giving up a single to lead off the inning. 6th strikeout of the game for Kyle McClure. We'll come to the bottom of the 6th, looking for some insurance right after this.
Welcome to Taco Palenque, where the magic happens at this very moment. And especially for you. We know fresh food simply tastes better. That's why we start cooking your meal at the exact moment you place your order. For us, your order is not just another number. It's as unique and special as you are. Enjoy your meal. Taco Palenque, food in real time.
So I think he's at 105 now. And good numbers. 68 of the 68 of the 105 have been strikes. Only 38 of them balls. Very good strike-to-ball ratio. Giving up 6 hits, but only 1 run, only walked 3, struck out 6. Really good numbers for Kyle McClure through 6 innings. Here's the guy who might relieve him in the next inning as we lead off the 6th, Damian Alonso. Inside. 1-0. Misses that one too. 2-0. Excuse me. He did get that one. 1-1. That one's high. 2-1. Cedar Park needs runs. Fouled behind the plate area. 2-2. Garcia is next, then Cotharia and Richardson. We need to bat for a little while here. Now, Alonso really is more long relief. We're deep in the game, potentially the last inning, as that one's foul up the third baseline. Still 2-2 to Damian. And it's often Bryce Schneider who comes in short relief to close out a game. So I think it's probably 95% chance it's one of those two coming in. 2-2 the count to Damian Alonso. Low, inside, full count. Let's make our leadoff hitter Alonso here in the 6th an 88%er. How about it? Ground ball, third base, foul. Still full count. This is pitch number 8 coming up to Alonso. He came in to this inning, Blake Rickmers, his 6th inning as well, with 89. So I've got him at 96 right now. 97, another foul ball. Still a full count. Oh, hits him. Alonso, a little upset with that one. Throws the ball towards his own dugout. The bat. That hurt. Boy, you can hear that hit right in the rib cage on the left side.
Number 2, Joe Garcia.
First hit batsman for either team on this, and that qualifies him, though, as an 88%er. Gets on base without getting a hit or an error. He got on for free, although his left rib cage won't say that was for free. We've had 2 other 88%ers in this game. One of the 2 scored. So odds are greatly in favor of Alonso coming around. Joe Garcia, the DH, comes in. In the 6th spot, came in hitting a .188, on base at .364, lived on an E3, but was forced out at third to end the 1st. And struck out swinging to end the 3rd. Joe Garcia. Joe's bunt. Pulls the bat back. Low, 1-0. Alonso running. Is he running for himself? I didn't see him subbing, but I could have looked down. There's a throw over. They're 4th. We've already thrown 1 away. 1 out of 7 is the nationwide stat, so they've already hit that. They should be all right for a while. Here's the 1-0. Fouled into the right side net. 1-1. Cotharia up next, then Richardson and Washburn. Cedar Park will get runs this inning. A throw to first again was the A move. Nothing doing, though, because Alonso's running. I didn't catch who it is. It's back in safely. Alonso, not the speediest of runners, so in this situation, they're trying to get some more quick legs on the base pass. And does that? No, just lands foul, about maybe 2-foot foul just beyond the third base bag. 1-2. Heard some peacock noises, but I think those were artificial. A little bit of wind noise, too, first time tonight. Glad that's missing. More fake peacock noises and another throw to first. The 6th. Oh, more wind noise. Go away. Did he go? Yes. So Garcia is down.
How about him? Number 17,
Only the fourth strikeout of the game for their pitcher, but two of them are Joe Garcia. Here's Cayenne Pepper Cotharia, right fielder, into the night, 286, on base at 444, walked and was stranded and struck out. So 3 of the 4 strikeouts for their pitcher, Rickmers, are these last 2 batters for Cedar Park, Garcia and Cotharia. That one looked outside. Glen fans wanted it, but it looked outside to me. There's a good pitch, though. 1-1, Cotharia. Yeah, we just caught on our mic one of those nasty motorcycle 20-somethings that scream up and down Anderson Mill Road all night long. Keep me up. Guess I need to call the police and have them come out and stake out Anderson Mill Road and arrest some 20-somethings on their crotch rockets. Fouled back to the net, 1-2. Really gets to be annoying when a couple of them are racing each other. Who knows what kind of speeds at about 3:30 in the morning. Somebody's going to die doing that soon enough. Here's the pitch. Back through the middle, knocks the glove off the pitcher. He has a play at second and makes it. Heads up play by Blake Rickmers after the ball knocked his glove off. Gets Alonso's runner on the 1-6 play at second. There's 2 outs. Cotharia aboard at first as a fielder's choice for Tanner Richardson, hitting in the 8 spot. Came in batting .063 on at 273, fielder's choice, where the out was made elsewhere to end the inning, and then grounded out at third. So he's due. They're coming over to ask his pitch count. They said 100. Let's see what I got. I got 105. Somebody's not counted some pitches. And I don't mark them down if they don't happen. On the ground to the third baseman. Across the diamond, high, pulls him off the bag. Oh, they're saying he landed before the runner got past. That is not correct. But it goes down officially as an out, a 5-3 on a terrible call by the umpire. Yeah. They're going to talk it over. He was still certainly a good 1.5 feet in the air when Richardson went under. Yeah, he's certainly safe, and they're going to talk it over. Umpires rarely change their mind, though. You could rewind that on our broadcast here and see that yourself, actually. And they're sticking with it. They never change their minds because that's, makes them look bad, so they're never going to do it, no matter how wrong they are. So, last chance for Glenn. They got 3 outs to score 2 runs at least. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the warm and inviting atmosphere of Toscano Italian Kitchen. Founded with a passion for creating innovative and exciting culinary experiences, Toscano Italian Kitchen pushes the boundaries of traditional Italian cuisine while embracing the unique flavors and ingredients of the Lone Star State. Whether you're joining us for a romantic date night, a family gathering, or a casual dinner with friends, our restaurant combines the rustic charm of Italy with Texas's renowned hospitality and friendliness. Toscano Italian Kitchen is a proud sponsor of Cedar Park High School Athletics. Located at Lakeline and Cypress Creek, we're open on game days with happy hour specials from 4 to 6 p.m. We also offer catering for groups of 10 to 1,000 and a private dining room for parties and gatherings. So whether you're a fan of traditional Italian dishes or eager to explore the creative combinations of our Italian with a Texas twist menu, we offer something for everyone. Come and experience the fusion of two culinary worlds in the inviting and welcoming atmosphere of Toscano Italian Kitchen.
All right, the new pitcher is on, and it is one of those that I guess. It's the closer, Bryce Schneider, who comes in from center. So I'm going to get my binos up, look out there and see if I can see who might be in center. I see Richardson warming up. I see, who else? Can't tell. He's covering his number. I think that's Connor Norris. And Kyle goes to third from the mound. So Giltrap is off of third. Kyle McClure at the bag at 3. Schneider on the mound. Connor Norris in center. So Cedar Park needs 3 outs.
Chase Roberts.
They can afford to give up 1 run, but no more. They're at the top of the order. Chase Roberts, Braylon DeLoach, the third baseman, and DH Aaron Wagner. These 3 guys are 1 hit in 9 at-bats. This one, a little bit of ear music, goes to the screen. 1-0 to Chase Roberts, who is 0 for 3. Grounded to third, grounded to second, flied out to left. So he's making contact. He's hitting it at people. Wow. Well, I thought that was outside, but he called it a strike. I'm ready to go home, I guess. 1-1 the count to Chase Roberts, our leadoff hitter. And that throw is behind him. Even worse than the first pitch. Schneider not on at the mound tonight. Does not portend well. I'm sure they would probably go to Damian Alonso if Schneider falters. He's been throwing well, though. There's a good one that stays a little low. 3-1. Don't make an 88%er out of this guy. Wind in the delivery is a called strike. Full count. On the ground and into right field. But again, weirdly enough, leadoff hitter in high school baseball in America who earns his way on doesn't score as often as somebody who gets on for free. So actually that single into right was better than having that be ball 4, statistically speaking. It is the 7th hit of the night. First one off of Bryce. Here's third baseman Braylon DeLoach. Steps in. 1 for 3 trips, 1 for 2 hitting-wise. Had an error on with a walk and had to triple. He scored their only run. It's 0-1. 0-2. DH Aaron Wagner on deck for the Glen Grizzlies. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Good stop by our all-star catcher, Brandon Washburn. 1-2. Kept Roberts from moving to second.
You got this, Bryce.
Best catcher we've had in a few years. That one's low. 2-2. Throw strikes.
Right there, Bryce.
Time is gone by the batter DeLoach, and he steps out. 2-2 the count. Bryce Schneider in from center field on the mound in relief of Kyle McClure, who has gone to third for Giltrap. On the ground at the shortstop. Could be two. There's one. There's the second one. Oh, my God, that umpire is blind. He was out by a good step. Just like the other guy was safe by a good step. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay. So we got the 6-4 at 2. So there's one out.
Aaron Wagner.
DeLuch is on at first on what we call an EU, an error on the umpire. Here's Aaron Wagner, the DH. Low with that fastball, 1-0. Two EUs on the base umpire in the last 2 innings. Both of them occurred at first base. Wow. It looked high to me, but he called it a strike. Thank you very much. Did he cut? Looked like he did. Yep, 1-2. Wagner struck out the first time up, struck out the second time up. Let's see if he can strike out the fourth time up. He did have a sacrifice fly to left and an RBI. There only one last time he was at the plate. Time's called. Look at that. Boy, that was close. I'm going to choose to believe that was high. I think it caught the inside edge of the plate, but I could be persuaded that that was high. 2-2. That was high. Full count. Boy, do we need the out. Tying run is at the plate. We can't put him on base. Lifts it. Deep second. In comes Kotharia from right. Makes the catch, 2 down. Very deep second. That's right, the wind is blowing that direction, so. Its angle departure from the plate made me think that Cuevas would catch it maybe 3 feet into the grass, but the wind took it farther out than that. It's Joe Brennan, the catcher, the cleanup hitter. 2 singles, one of them in the infield tonight. Their best hitter and a good spot in their lineup for it. He is the tying run now. This one over his head, 1-0. Braylon DeLoach, the runner at first, doesn't mean much if he scores. It will mean something if Brennan also scores. That's a good block by the catcher, Washburn, 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. How about 2 more of those? We can shut down and pack up. We'll go away if we got to the end of a game coming here. We'll go away for a couple of minutes. We'll play some ads. And when we come back, I'll give you our offensive numbers and the final pitching numbers for McClure and for Bryce Schneider on in relief here in the 7th. Swing and a miss, a strike away now. Cedar Park taking an important lead in this series. Both teams really need to win both of them. You lose even a game here, either of these teams, they are probably out of the playoffs. Outside, full count. Third hitter in 4 to the plate this inning to face Bryce. Gone to a full count. Force out at second or first. Let's not walk him. Shortstop grabs it. Only play is at first. Makes it. Cooper Camacho to Damian Alonso, and the Timberwolves win perhaps their most important win of the season at this point. We're going to go away and play, JC, play like 3 or 4 commercials in a row, and we'll come back and we'll give you some of the numbers.
Welcome to the warm and inviting atmosphere of Toscano Italian Kitchen. Founded with a passion for creating innovative and exciting culinary experiences, Toscano Italian Kitchen pushes the boundaries of traditional Italian cuisine while embracing the unique flavors and ingredients of the Lone Star State. Whether you're joining us for a romantic date night, a family gathering, or a casual dinner with friends, our restaurant combines the rustic charm of Italy with Texas's renowned hospitality and friendliness. Toscano Italian Kitchen is a proud sponsor of Cedar Park High School Athletics. Located at Lakeline and Cypress Creek, we're open on game days with happy hour specials from 4 to 6 p.m. We also offer catering for groups of 10 to 1,000 and a private dining room for parties and gatherings. So whether you're a fan of traditional Italian dishes or eager to explore the creative combinations of our Italian with a Texas twist menu, we offer something for everyone. Come and experience the fusion of 2 culinary worlds in the inviting and welcoming atmosphere of Toscano Italian Kitchen.
Welcome to Taco Palenque, where the magic happens at this very moment. And especially for you. We know fresh food simply tastes better. That's why we start cooking your meal at the exact moment you place your order. For us, your order is not just another number. It's as unique and special as you are. Enjoy your meal. Taco Palenque, food in real time.
All right, you can hear in the background playing the school song as I see the team line up on the first base side, and I'll give you some of the numbers here. First, the numbers for the pitcher, the winner, Kyle McClure. He went 6 innings. On for the 7th was Bryce Schneider in relief. Kyle flew 105 pitches, had 3 walks, 6 hits, only 1 run, and struck out 6 as well. And he gets the win tonight. The save goes to Schneider. He pitched 1 inning, faced 4 batters. 3 of them he took to a full count, but got 3 outs in those 4 batters. Gave up a hit, but no runs. And we look at the offensive numbers for the Timberwolves. Bryce Schneider, I'll read them in the order that they hit tonight. Schneider went 0 for 1, but got on with 2 walks, scored a run on one of those. Cooper Camacho went 0 for 2, got on with a walk and scored that time too. Hudson Cuevas, the only offensive machine tonight, 2 for 3, and the third was an extremely hard hit, blistering line drive right at the glove of the third baseman. It would have been 3 for 3. He had a triple, scored a run, and had 2 RBIs, and that was the margin of victory. Kyle McClure, in addition to being a winning pitcher, also went 1 for 3 with an RBI. Damian Alonso played first tonight, went 0 for 1, but had a sacrifice bunt and was on as a hit batsman. Joe Garcia went 0 for 3. Kyan Kotharia 0 for 2, but on with a walk. Tanner Richardson 0 for 3. Brandon Washburn 0 for 2. So, what that does tonight, it puts Glenn at 7-13 overall, 5-6 in district. Cedar Park goes to 9-14, 6-5 in district, and for the first time this year, they've got a winning record in district play. That puts them, at the moment, in 4th place. If the season ended right now tonight, they would be a playoff team. But they need to stay ahead of Glenn with another win at Glenn in about 46 hours. Haven't heard about Hayes or Rouse or Liberty Hill tonight. Those games, Rouse was playing Lehman. That's probably a win for Rouse. Hayes was playing Liberty Hill. That could have been a push. Liberty Hill's a better team, though. And then Lockhart and Leander, they're both out of the playoff money. That one doesn't matter. So those 3 other games will be going on Thursday night, too. Remember, this is Good Friday, Easter, Sunday week, so no games, no school on Friday. And all the normal Friday action happens on Thursday. We will be in Leander, the very northern edge of Leander at Glenn High School, Grizzly Field, for the rematch of this game 2 days from now. So this is Brad Cohn for J.C. De Leon. And Les Clary signing off for the Vype Network. We'll see you Thursday night.